Okay, day 79, order of operations. Now, a lot of this will probably seem repeated as from class, but I still want you to copy it down. Only the first part is I want you to copy it down. The more you copy it down, the better you'll remember it. But the problems we're going to use today are going to be a little bit different. So we need to have, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And we need to put an or between the M and the D, and an or between the A and the S, because, as I told you in class today, you don't have to do multiplication first. It's multiplication or division. Like I said in class today, first you go to your mom or your dad if you had some really exciting news, and if you can't find your mom or dad, then you're going to go to your aunt or your sibling to tell them this exciting news. Order of operations is extremely easy, extremely simple if you just follow the rules, okay? So, P stands for parentheses. E stands for exponent, so I'm going to put a little N and a little X there. M is for multiplication. D is for division. A is for addition. And S is for subtraction. Okay. The first problem we're going to do is 12 divided by 2 minus 5 plus 17. Okay, so I'm going to put a little EX1. New line. Every single time I have a new line, I'm going to start back over again with my rules. Do I have any parentheses? I don't. Then I'm going to go to the next one. Any exponents? I don't. Multiplication or division. Okay? So, I don't go to multiplication first. I don't go to division first. I do whatever one comes first as I'm reading the problem from left to right. So, from left to right, I come across division first. So, I'm going to do 12 divided by 2 equals 6. And I'm bringing everything else down. You have to bring everything else down. And might you see that I'm bringing it straight down, okay? I'm bringing it straight down. I'm not putting it in a different order. If you put it in a different order, then it will mess up the problem, okay? So because I brought that down and I brought everything else down, I can start over. Any parentheses, new line, I have to start over. Any exponents, multiplication or division, okay? None, addition or subtraction. Remember, I told you, you cannot do addition or subtraction before you do multiplication or division. You can't. You just can't, you can't. Now, once you get to addition or subtraction in the rule, you can do whatever one comes first from left to right. So as I go from left to right, I come across subtraction first. I understand subtraction is here, second, but I do not do addition first. I do subtraction first. So I'm going to get here, bring everything else down. Now all I have is 18. That is my answer. Okay, let me pull up on my computer another problem. I want to do one with parentheses. We'll do it on this sheet. Let's see. Perfect. We'll do this problem here. So I'm going to be referring to this back and forth. We're going to do example 2. We're going to do 28 divided by 7 times 6 plus 7 minus 19 plus 25. Okay, I'm going to start fresh. Are there any parentheses? There are. So I'm going to do the first one I come across from left to right. And I come across this one here. Now, it's addition in it. That's okay. You're doing parentheses first. And inside the parentheses, it says basically what you're doing when you go inside the parentheses is you start over again with those rules. But the only thing there is addition. So that becomes 13. I'm going to bring everything else down. Okay, so I brought the 13 down, and then I brought everything else down. So now I'm going to start over. Are there any parentheses? There are, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring everything else down. Okay, so I brought everything else down. Let me make sure you can see the dots. Okay, now I'm going to start over. Are there any parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Nope. Multiplication or division? There is. I'm going to go from left to right, whatever one comes first. And when I go from left to right, division comes first. So this becomes a 4. Then I bring everything else down. Okay, starting over. Any parentheses? Any exponents? Multiplication or division? There's multiplication, so I'm going to do 13 times 4. 12, carry your 1. 4 times 1 equals 4, plus 1 equals 5, so I get 52 minus 44. So this is all I have left. And I'm going to do that over here, 52 minus 44. It becomes a 12, and this becomes a 4. 12 minus 4 equals 8. So my answer is 8. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to find, let's see, 2 more. I'm trying to find a semi-tricky one. Let me get one off my desk. Excuse me. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to model one more problem for you, and then you're going to get another problem, and you're going to need to solve it and come back with the answer tomorrow. Okay? There will be a special prize for the student who has all of their work, and got it correct. Okay, so let's do this problem. Example 3. Okay, this is a little tricky. 3 divided by parentheses 6 divided by parentheses 6 plus 10 divided by 10 minus 9 divided by 9 parentheses. Oh my goodness, this is very complicated. No, it's not. The key is you have to take your time and you have to be neat in how it is done. This is why you don't do it in your head. Okay, are there any parentheses? Yes, holy moly, there are tons of parentheses. Where do I start? You start on the inside. So here's one set of parentheses. Then I'm going to go in even more. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm focusing only on this part right here. Inside the parentheses, the rules begin again. Are there any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Okay, there is division. So what I'm going to do is 10 divided by 10 equals 1. I'm going to bring everything else down. There you go. Starting over. Are there any parentheses? Yes. Starting over. Are there any parentheses? Yes. Okay. Are there any parentheses inside the parentheses? No. Okay. So is there any exponents? Multiplication or division? There's division, so I'm going to do that. 9 divided by 9 equals 1. I'm going to bring everything else down. Okay. New line, start over. Any parentheses? Yes. Any parentheses? Yes. Okay. Inside the parentheses, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. There's addition. So that gives me 7 minus 1. Bring everything else down. It's important that you write very neat and you don't rush, because that's an easy way to make something addition when it was supposed to be multiplication or whatever. New line, starting over. Any parentheses? Yes. New line, any parentheses inside the parentheses? Yes. Now, because I just have an answer, I don't need to put a parentheses around that. Okay. New line, start over. Any parentheses? Yes. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. Because I got the answer, I can drop the parentheses. Now 3 divided by 1 equals 3. And Moses says, how am I supposed to check? How am I supposed to check? Okay. What you could technically do if you are at home, I believe if you Google order of operation calculator or something like that, I believe you can type this in and it'll check your answer for you. But don't rely on that, because I'm going to be able to tell if you did that, because you're not going to have any work. And you're not going to be able to do that during the test. But if you're at home and you're doing some drills and you're just trying to practice because you're really bored over Thanksgiving, then you can Google order of operations worksheets and it'll give you the answer key. So there's lots of ways. But on a test, how am I supposed to check? On a test, you can check by doing the problem again and see if you get the same thing. Okay, I'm going to give you a challenging problem and come back with your answer tomorrow. Okay, let me see. I can hear some of you guys saying, make it hard, make it hard. Well, let's see here. I'm going to do 2 plus 7 divided by 7 plus 2 minus 3 minus 10 minus 7. Okay? And if you're feeling extra festive and you want to do one more because you're just so bored, I'll give you a bonus. There you go. So let me know what you get tomorrow.